The history of the Zaporozhskaya nuclear power plant, or ZNPP, dates back to 1977, when the USSR Council of Ministers took the decision to build it. A site for the plant was found quickly enough. A plot of land unsuitable for agriculture with Zaporozhskaya thermoelectric power plant in the vicinity was virtually destined to become the location for the future facility. Works began at the site in 1979. The ZNPP was the first industrial facility ever built using what's known as Hinox breakthrough. This method was developed for the construction of standard VVER 1000 power units. Before the ZNPP's construction began, it had usually taken 6 to 7 years to build a facility from breaking ground to commissioning the facility. Given that the design had been finalized, those who built the ZNPP worked a miracle. They managed to complete the construction within 4 years, although work had started before the design was finished. What made this method unique? It was best suited for a series of standard facilities and can roughly be described like this. As soon as a team of specialists and technical staff completed its part of work on one facility, it immediately moved to the next. This enabled continuous construction activity and use of equipment and the overlapping of various construction cycles to save time. The ZNPP became the largest nuclear power plant in Europe and was the world's first nuclear power plant to generate 1 trillion kilowatt-hours of electricity. In 1984, the plant's first power unit was commissioned. This day became the ZNPP's birthday. In 1985 to 87, in just 2 years, 3 more ZNPP power units were put into operation, and 1988 saw the approval of a nuclear power plant expansion project, providing for the construction of 2 more power units. A total of 6 Soviet-designed power units, each with pressurized water power reactors, VVER, with a nominal capacity of 1,000 milliwatts were built and launched at the ZNPP. This reactor type is the most common in the VVER series. The power plant was designed by Atomenergoproyekt in Moscow under the scientific supervision of the Kurchatov Institute, also in Moscow, while the reactor design was developed by Gidropress, Podolsk, Moscow region. The approaches developed during construction of the ZNPP had a significant impact on the industry in the USSR. To produce equipment for the standard nuclear power plant units, the country had to expand the capacities of existing enterprises or create new ones from scratch. The equipment was produced in different cities across the USSR. Reactor vessels were made by Izhorskaya Zavody and turbogenerators by Elektrosila in Leningrad, while earthquake-resistant fuel handling machines were produced by the Atomash Production Association in Volgodonsk. Therefore, the Russian Federation both owns the design and technology and possesses the entire set of documents for the plant. After the special military operation commenced on March 4, 2022, the Russian armed forces secured the ZNPP to prevent provocations by Ukrainian commandos and foreign mercenaries. The first such provocation was committed at the plant's training center as early as on the night of March 5, 2022.
The nuclear power plant was placed under the protection of federal agencies and the Russian National Guard personnel, who have extensive experience in securing critical state facilities, special cargo, and infrastructure along key transportation routes. A set of measures was implemented at the plant to ensure its reliable security and protection.
The ZNPP was yet to return to the Russian nuclear family when it became clear that it needed a major upgrade, if not a complete overhaul. Energoda, the city built for ZNPP personnel, was also in a deplorable state as it lacked modern infrastructure. Its material and technical base was outdated, and the services sector left much to be desired. In short, both the ZNPP and the city needed a breath of new life to restore its former splendor. A new chapter in the history of the plant. Its employees and residents of Energoda started on September 27, 2022, the day of the referendum in which the people of Zaporozhsky region voted for joining the Russian Federation as a full-fledged constituent entity. On October 5, 2022, the Russian president signed Decree No. 711 on the special regime of legal regulation in the field of the use of nuclear energy in the territory of the Zaporozhsky region, which confirmed the status of the ZNPP as a facility under Russian jurisdiction. This decree also established a transitional period for the special regulation regime. which is to last until January 1st, 2028. This includes a special regime of nuclear supervision, state regulation of industrial safety, and funding of measures to ensure the ZNPP's safety and security.
In 2022, employees of the Zaporizhskaya nuclear power plant and the people of the city of Energodar voted in favor of the Zaporizhskaya region joining the Russian Federation. This decision became a genuine turning point in the lives of both the people and the region as a whole. Energodar became part of Russia's family of nuclear cities, and now the safety and security of the ZNPP and the well-being of all Energodar residents are our responsibility. People trust us, and we are fully committed to living up to that trust.
The plant returned home to Russia, as did the adjacent city of Energodar, which reunited the family of Russian nuclear cities, territorial entities where nuclear facilities are located, with high standards of living, protection, and social welfare. After all, the nuclear industry is not only about technology, it's also about a special culture that unites people devoted to their work. The residents of Energodar now once again make up a part of that large family that respects professionalism, mutual support, and loyalty to the motherland. The most difficult period is over, yet one can hardly say that a peaceful life has returned. Ukraine continues its attacks on the ZNPP and Energodar, which the ZNPP, its employees and city residents courageously resist. However, they are not alone anymore, with Russia standing by them determined to achieve the main objective, which is to ensure complete safety and security for the ZNPP and the well-being of those who operate it. As the ZNPP returns to Russia, both the plant itself and the city and the thousands of people who pin their hopes for the future on this place take a step forward. A step towards modernization, investment and confidence in the future under the protection of the Russian nuclear power industry.